All right, everybody. I'm back. I'm live. How we doing? What's going on? Welcome back to the stream. Hope you guys are all doing good and are having a good Monday morning, evening, afternoon, or night. Today is Monday, September 29. Yeah, 2025, 7:15 p.m. and 54 seconds Eastern Time. Hope you guys are all having a good day. We're back. We're working on Song Rank more. We're gonna be putting out a release today, which is gonna be really fun. Um, I've been working on Song Rank a little bit this weekend, and I did a stream on Friday. If you missed it, it's on my YouTube. Since I've seen you, I've worked on the Explore page a bit. When you go to /Explore, this is totally new. The Explore icon is on the nav now. We have the top ranked artists on the left and the top ranked playlists on the right, with the generic text search in the middle. So we can click on top ranked artists and we get these three. We can click on top ranked playlist, it clears that, and then we get this one. We can click reset to totally reset both. We could search for anything really. I guess I could search for like year, and it brought back that one. I could bring back Foster. It'll probably bring back these three. Yeah, and they animate in and out. So this is new. This is the main experience. And then you have on mobile, you have your mobile nav, which is broken right now because I'm not logged in. I'm not logged in at all, so there is nothing on the mobile nav. I guess we should probably hide that unless we're logged in. That's something I should do because there is a big old home button right here. Like, you're not going to any other page. But you can open up the left-hand filters. You can open up the right-hand filters. Right? Or I can even open this guy, then open this guy, then open this. You can just keep opening menus. You can just close them all. It allows you to have anything open whenever you want. And we can click home to go here. And we're back at this page. So everything's looking pretty solid. The first thing I'm going to change is, so today we're going to be doing just like spot checks, testing around the app. We're going to write some physical tests, and then we're going to write up an email. Also, I built out a, what do you call it? It's taking a while. I built up a playlist, any second now. I think it like just is slow on my machine, and then it caches a bunch of views and stuff, and it's fine. We have a playlists tab here. This whole thing is slow. What's going on? But yeah, now I'm storing the playlists information. And if I click view, it pops a modal. And then it also shows the creator details as well. And this links me to their page in the admin panel. And this links me to their Spotify page. So I can see their Spotify profile and their song rank profile. All right, well, we're going to go back to Explore. And we're going to go to our nav. And we want to get the open sidebar, mobile sidebar overlay. I'm guessing is this div. There's the backdrop, mobile sidebar. Where's the button? Top nav, top nav. All right, yeah, so this here should only be available if we're off, because there's nowhere for them to go, really. I gotta put on some music. Do I trust DJ? Do we put our stream into DJ's hands? Okay, I can get with this. There. So now if I'm not logged in, so if I log out here, go to explore. Good. I don't have that anymore, and that just slid over. That's perfect. That's perfect. And honestly, we probably don't need that home button. I think that's fine. Yeah, so it's still there, but it's not there on... It feels like there should be something there, so I might put it back. Just because it feels like empty space. So that's fine. But yeah, we'll wrap that in and off, and that slid over. So yeah, I can go home. I'll log back in. I can then go to my profile. Right here. These are a bit bigger now. And this is how it looks on mobile. Nothing really changed here. Settings page, I did use AI to rewrite a little bit of it, so it's just a little bit prettier looking. So there's an email preferences section, and then the account actions setting. And then on mobile, it's just stacked. Really basic, like we don't need too much here, because like all of the user's credentials are managed outside of the platform, so there's not a lot for the user to change here. Okay. I just realized I don't know if I ever put on the users page, like if I go here, aha, their preferences relation manager. Oh, get admin table. Oh, I gotta change that in what resource is this? Rankings relation manager. Columns should, I see here. Ranking get admin table. So I guess that would be the ranking resource and get the table, which I guess is all of this, which I get why I abstracted it now, but I don't really care. I'm just gonna go to here and then just drop that in. Text column not found. Okay, I just didn't import this, I guess. Text column, icon column. I don't remember writing this. I definitely did write it, but I don't remember writing it. User ID. We know what user it belongs to. We don't actually need user here. Yeah. Okay. But in their preferences relation manager is the one I really want to change. Is I have to add a toggle. And this toggle is for receive newsletter emails. And then in the table, we'll need a toggle column for receive newsletter emails. Created at... This is so extra. I don't know why I got into doing all of that. But now I can change both of these here. Glad we fixed that. But yeah, so I can view playlists here and their info and stuff. Let's go back to the main app though. And let's go through the ranking process. If I just go ahead and take a playlist here, share, copy link, we paste in the link here, search. It brings back the playlist with the image. I don't know why that image is hovering, honestly. Let's change that. Let's fix, like, just these little things. That's what we're going to be cleaning up right now. This is the song rank setup. This is setup. And here's our view. And we want to find the image tags. And this here is for the search artist. This is not what we want. We want the next image tag here, which we don't need any of this. All right, let's share this, paste that in again. Good. We can now, it's still a pointer, but we click on it, doesn't do anything, but we can go to the playlist here. And there's the playlist. We can do all this stuff. So I'll just begin. Are you sure? Let's go. Oh shit. Cover cannot be null. Does one of the songs not have a cover? This is on song, not on artist. One of these must not have a cover. Shit. Well, that's not good. Let's see what one doesn't have a cover. Yeah, look at that. Perfect Your Own Art does not have a cover. So cover needs to be nullable. And we need a placeholder image. We need a placeholder image if there's no cover. Okay, let's write a data migration for that. I don't think that's ever happened before. PHP artisan make migration make cover column nullable on songs table. It won't ever be, well, if we just make it never nullable, then I don't think it's a problem, right? If we just put in, yeah, we don't have to make it nullable. We should keep the integrity there. Let's store ranking. We have run into this with the name before, but we can just put a text for that. For the cover, we need a placeholder image. I need a placeholder image for no album cover. That one looks pretty good. That's not what I looked up. Ew. I was trying to... What the fuck? That's so random. Can I open image in a new tab? Yeah. Okay. Let's save this image real quick. And I'm going to do a little cheat. Here's no album. Or I'll say no cover. Right? And I'm going to go to this cool site called Imgur. And I'm just going to put it here and link to it. Am I going to get banned? Oh my god, I can't even go on Imgur. Okay, I'm putting it on Imgur. God, this UI. We don't support that file type. Hooray! WebP to PNG time, everybody. Oh my god. This kind of stuff pisses me off so much. Okay. Let's try that again. Hopefully I didn't just install malware. Alright. Choose photo. No cover.png. There it is. Okay. Okay. How do I save it? Shania Rob.
Shani Arab has entered the chat.
Welcome. Okay, I think if I do this... No, see, I want... This is what I need. I need this link. Okay, everybody. We should be back. That link should give us what we need. And the image looks like this. That's all it returns. So, without further ado, let's try this again. And if we look again, yep, perfect your own art for some reason. It doesn't have an image. No source. All right. Which, you know what? I want to open that track in Spotify. Does it really not have an image? It doesn't, yeah. Oh, it's this track too. Interesting. That's a good song. Whoops, that's not the DJ. Okay. All right. Try this again. Begin ranking. Let's go. And there we go. Now I'm ranking my guy, and I'm good. I can toggle these off. On mobile, this doesn't look bad either. Like it's doable, you know. And I can pick, you know, this track, whatever. Okay. So that looks good. Let's go to my profile. Where's the ranking I just started? Was it there and I'm just tweaking? It is. It's at the bottom, though. Why am I doing that? For profile page, I see. Loop over them. So it must be my scope for profile page. Order by completed at descending. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, I want to order by completed at. Maybe I should have a section for in process. No. This is a good question. Do I put rankings that are in progress here? I guess I do, because if I put them on the dashboard, they're not, it's not editable or deletable here. I could turn that on and maybe not put them on the profile. Maybe that's what I do first. I order by completed at where completed at is null first. I'm going to ask Claude if I can do that. Laravel, order by a column where it is null first, then descending. You can order by raw. Is not null evaluates to 0 for values, and I went to order by a timestamp descending, but if it is null, I want that first, then descending. Let's see what it says for that. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see what that looks like. Nope, it doesn't look like it did anything. I think, what if I try that? What if I query here? Is it just a eloquent thing, or can you just not do that? Oops. Eh. Okay. Order by completed at null. Completed at is null. Descending. Completed at descending. Completed at ascending? Or is this correct? No, that is correct. But it's not putting that at the top. Maybe I'm updating the wrong query scope. That's because I definitely am doing the wrong query scope. Order by raw completed at is null descending completed at descending. We're just updating the wrong scope. Did I do it wrong? For profile page. Cool. Okay, we're good. In progress. At the top. Just little fixes like that. I think I'm probably not going to do too many more things like that because I'm pretty happy with how it's looking and feeling. Gotta make that consistent around the navigation on the image. Around the 2XL is what I need. Okay. Cool. That looks good. I want to write some tests for the initial song rank process. So I have some. So basically what these tests are doing is it's saying before each test, make a artist for the artist database. This makes sure that we can do we can start a ranking for an artist. And I wrote this one to make sure we can start a ranking for a playlist. So we make sure like there's no playlist in the database and stuff. So I guess we want to test it fails. We want to test that it fails if you need less headspace. What? Can you show me what you mean? Hi, Miz. You mean like above my head? I guess I could zoom in a little bit. Maybe that's better. What's up? Not much. Just writing some tests for song rank. We have some new features we're going to be releasing. Why is Fortnite advertising? Go away. Cannot start playlist ranking with invalid playlist ID. Invalid playlist URL, I guess. I think we should at least test that is working. All right. We have to here. Thanks for being first. TwitchCon soon. Very true.
My exhaust is first.
I get to see the coolest people around. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I put in off for another day today and realized I have 3 Fridays in a row off because of TwitchCon, which is so nice. Okay, so we want to go and set playlist URL. So we need to do Livewire acting as user, test this. We want to set playlist URL to a bad URL. A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z. And then we want to call... And what is the song set? What do we want to call here? Yeah, I guess we want to call search playlist. Oops, what am I doing? I need to go to here. Call search playlist. And then assert. How can I check that something is... I look like the whole API. And got a ban. New 21 Pilots album, so that means new song ranking. Hell yeah. And now you'll be able to rank custom playlists. So you'll be able to rank custom 21 Pilot groupings or multiple artists together. All right, we are going to the Livewire docs. We want to go to tests. And I want to see how I can check. I want to see how to check if assert not set. Or I guess we could just assert set that the playlist URL was set back to this, right? Because if it was set back to an empty string, we know that it made its way into this check that killed the process. And I guess we can assert not set playlist data. What is this called? Or this selected playlist and selected playlist tracks. And then we'll do assert. And then this is called a selected playlist. And we can do selected playlist tracks. Should it be null? Let's see how that works, if it does or not. We will see. I also set up these architectural tests. And basically it says, hey, the system doesn't uses the PHP preset, so there's no legacy stuff. Then it says it doesn't have any lingering debug methods. And then it says it loads all the pages with no smoke, meaning there were no console errors and no JavaScript problems. So it says, hey, acting as a new user, make a new ranking, and visit the home page, the about page, the explore page, the dashboard, a ranking page, the edit for a ranking page, and the settings page, and make sure there is no smoke. It's just like a quick test to make sure that everything is working. And it looks like that it looks like it did work. So we want to just do the inverse of this now, I guess. And then we'll just do can start playlist with valid playlist URL. We're going to set the playlist URL to, I guess it has to be a real playlist. Like it has to start with this here, but it can be anything after this bit. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All right, I'm going to put foobar, right? And then we're going to call search playlist, right? So search playlist is going to come here, right here. It's going to say, okay, we do have a valid Spotify URL. We want to assert that the type is set to playlist, assert set type, and we want to make sure that it's set to ranking type of playlist. Make sure that that got set to that ranking type. Then we want to have playlist data. And I guess we want to assert not empty. And then we'll say assert set that the selected playlist is, can we just assert set and not that it's set to something? Let me see. Name, value, strict. Assert true, value, actual. So I need to, I guess it does need a value. I don't know exactly what it would be set to. I guess, technically speaking, if it doesn't find anything here for that playlist URL, what would it do? I don't know if I've tried that yet. I guess that's a good thing. I guess I should try that. Let me see. Let me just get rid of the code. Ah, yes. It is just empty. It just returns back with nothing. So, I guess what we'll have to do is check what playlist data is. Right? Because if it doesn't find anything, it's totally fine. Right? We're not going to handle the error and die. We're just going to say that we didn't find anything. So, if I share this again, go to here, cut out a big chunk. We're dumping the playlist data, which is an array of empty stuff. An array of empty stuff. So I guess we'll just check if the if data get in here, or I guess we should check if just ID is null. If is null playlist data ID. If we don't have an ID, we know something heckin' went wrong, I guess. That can change to an if, and that can go away. And then we'll just pop another little JS guy here. I have a similar check already, but it's technically not working because the ID is... the playlist data array wasn't empty, but we need to check that something very specific is null. So, and now we can actually assert, because we know what it's going to look like. It's going to assert that this looks like this. ID Okay, but we were trying to test the inverse. So now it's a valid playlist URL, but I guess again, we can determine based off of if we reset it here. Ensure playlist URL is valid. And then maybe we ensure playlist has tracks. Right, what if I do a playlist with no tracks in it? That's another problem. So I guess we actually care about that. We want to make sure the playlist has tracks. Am I gonna have to make a playlist to make to test this? An empty playlist? I guess I am. New playlist. I'm gonna change the title to test playlist. Save. I want to share this. What is the system gonna do? This is a valid playlist URL. My playlist number 42. I didn't update that yet. Okay, so it should have detected in here that there were no tracks. Because it's going to have an ID. We need to see if it doesn't have tracks. So if tracks, if we have, I guess if we have less than or equal to two or littler tracks, we can't do it. Yeah, because this is going to determine if it's a Spotify playlist or not. But if it's not a valid playlist, we're not returning that back. I guess we have to change that in here. I'm going to have to dive the response and see what happens if I do a playlist that doesn't exist. Okay. Response. Bad request. Okay. Can I get the JSON, I guess? Invalid base 62 ID. Okay, so I guess if we have error, there's got to be a shorthand to do this. What do we got in here? Let's see. Response. I'm just going to ask AI. It's not worth digging into. What is the method name? Laravel check if HTTP facade returned a 400. Status. Okay. So if I say response status 400, response JSON. Let's try that. Okay. Error. All right, so for here, return null, I guess. And now here, we can just say if it's a null. Okay. Let's try that again. There we go. Perfect. That error message has been fixed while writing the test for it. But again, we can just check that playlist data is set to null. So assert set oh, well, playlist data gets set into those. So that's why I'm tracking them. Okay, that's fine. So we want to check that we can with a valid URL. So I think what we just do is we give it a valid playlist URL. Let me find one of my playlists to use as an example. Okay. And I'll put a real playlist there. And we don't need that thing there. Right? Call search playlist. Assert that that is set. This is correct. And then I think we just want to assert that they're not empty. Yeah, I once. Huh. Is it actually going to ping the API? I don't think it would. But it will run search playlist. It'll get to here. I just want to see what it's going to do. I'm just going to do that. Let's see what this does. Let's see. Okay, I guess. I think those are fine, I guess. Anything else we want to test around here? No, I mean, like, the tests we have in place, we don't cover everything, but it's everything that's important, like visibility, privacy stuff, that the pages load okay. I guess I don't need this test anymore because we get it in the architectural test. Explore test, it definitely loads, so we don't need that. Can explore, cannot explore. Yeah, these are fine. Home, this is just the home page loads. We don't need this one anymore either because the architectural test gets it. Explorers needed, profiles needed, just for visibility stuff. And then there's more tests for rankings than anything else. We might write a browser test with pest 4 for the actual song ranking, like to test the algorithm itself, because if you give it like 5 songs and you select the songs in a very specific order, right, then you should get the same output every time. So what we can do is make up a ranking, tell the test to always select the one on the left, and then based off of that, it should come out in a certain order. Or always select the one on the right, and it always should come out in a certain order. But I'm not going to do that today. Yeah, we have architectural tests here. We have the Explorer page tests, so we're doing public completed rankings are there. The public uncompleted aren't there. Private completed aren't there. And then private uncompleted aren't there. And then profile page loads. We don't need that test anymore. And then it loaded their rankings. We see that. It shows unfinished rankings to the owner only. Shows private rankings to the owner only. Just like visibility stuff. I probably should write more tests, but I don't really plan to. I don't think. All right, DJ. I'm going to skip this though. I want like a chiller vibe. Sure. Okay. But yeah, these make sure that they can start song rank okay. Like the actual storing of it is good. Now we're making sure that the playlist URL is tested, that logic works. Only the owner can view the edit page, and then non-owner can't see the edit page. Same with updating stuff. I guess I should probably write tests for the settings page to make sure that we can change settings okay. I'm gonna have AI do that, I think. Let's make a new test for the settings that make sure that they work. Tests, feature, new file, settings, page, test. New PHP, and right, so I'm gonna go to AI, make a new chat. I'm gonna say, please write 4 tests to test the email settings on this settings page. I'll say, please write them in pest 4. Utilize the attached factories. Okay, let's attach some files here. Let's paste some stuff in. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need this. We don't need this. We need the settings components. And we're going to need the blade. We give it that. And Let me give it the factories as well. And user preference factory. And that's probably enough for it. Let's see what it spits out. User can enable ranking reminder emails. All right, so it's false. Acting as true, and then expect that. Okay, that looks good. User can disable, so it's just the inverse. Okay. Can enable newsletter, so same deal. That's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. There's a couple things I want to change. Like, I think... Well, let me see if it works. Let me just see if it works. If they pass. Nope. Unexpected token. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. So this is incorrect syntax, but we can change that. Livewire acting as how do I do it here? Test. It's whoops. Test. Is there anything in the setup here? There's no mounts. Okay, no mounts. We're done with rankings test. All right, same deal here. Livewire acting as test. Livewire acting as test. One more. Livewire acting as test. Uh-oh, my terminal might have just died or something. That's weird. Let's just make a new one. And test. Cool. That looks good. All right. I'm now gonna give it the what it needs for the other stuff. Here's the delete dispatch job. Delete user job. And we have the I'm just gonna say with this now test that the rankings notification is fake sent, and test that the user can delete their account and that their rankings are also deleted. Let's see what it spits out here. Okay. User receives download notification when deleting account with the rankings. Fake notification. User gets made. They get 3 rankings made for them. Okay, we didn't call the method here. Okay, so first it's just testing the functionality that it does dispatches the job and the notifications are sent. Okay, so first it's testing that. I get that. Now we test deleting their accounts. So call destroy, assert redirect, expect it to be null. Yes, that's a way to test it. Assert guessed. Okay. Interesting. Also use their rankings, make them, create their rankings, pluck their IDs, delete user job, dispatch its, expect that to be null, expect that to be 0. That looks good. User cannot delete another user's account. That's a good test to have. Okay. Yeah, those look like good tests to me. Let's paste them at the bottom of our file. And let's cut this out, back that up, and then paste this at the top. And re-import Livewire. Okay, here we are. Notification fake, make a user, make factory for them, dispatch the job, make sure that's been sent. Okay. Does not receive download notification when deleting account without rankings. I think this is all fine. I was thinking about the semantics behind where these tests should live. I think it's fine to just keep it in the settings page test, even though it's a lot of different content. It's like when you delete your account, does delete rankings, does that go in like with rankings or does it go with a user deletion? Is what I was thinking about. Okay, this looks fine. Let's change this. Livewire, acting as, test, call destroy with this user ID, assert redirected. I don't know what assert guest is, so I'm not going to worry about that assertion. I would assume that I am logged out, I guess. Maybe I have to do like this, assert guest. I'll try that instead. To be null, that should be fine. Also deletes their rankings. Dispatch sync, okay. Expect that to be null, okay. User cannot delete another user's account. Livewire acting as test. Assert forbidden, and that should be fine. Yeah, abort unless. That should definitely assert forbidden. Okay, let's test again. Fatal error. Uh-oh. Did it try to build? Did it try to build the file? The, what do you call it? Notification? Shit. I'm gonna ask AI what this means. I'm gonna see what it thinks happened. Yep, it's when the download data notification is trying to happen. That's what I was thinking. You need a mock or fake notification. Here are the updated tests. Key changes is adding notification fake to all tests that trigger delete user job. Okay, I can do that. So any that call delete user job. Delete user job, we call. We call. This one technically will call. Yep. Also here. And that shouldn't call it. Okay, let's see if adding those fixed it. I hope so. Yep, it did. Perfect. User can enable ranking reminder emails. User can disable ranking reminder emails. User can enable and disable newsletter. They receive a download notification when deleting account with rankings. They do not receive it when deleting account without rankings. They can delete the account. It also deletes their rankings, and they cannot delete it. All right, those are some good tests to add. I'm very happy with those. AI did a good job there, and I did a good job verifying that they worked. Okay. We have some more tests written. Let's go back to here. Pick up where you left off. Everything seems good here, I think. We can go back to explore. We can go to here. It shows all of that. We can go back. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I think maybe we ship this for now. I think maybe we ship it for now. And then the next features I'm going to build are reactions. And I don't know how or where I want to place the reactions. I'm guessing like down here, like 4 buttons essentially. And then like when you click on them, like it fills in for you, right? And then like a little count somewhere. I don't know for sure yet, but I'm probably going to put them over on this side of the card. And then when you click into the list itself, at the bottom, I'm going to put another section here with the reactions. That's what I'm thinking. But for now, I'm happy with this. Let's close this down, close this down, close this down. Let's get Kraken open. And let's stage all the changes. Commit message with AI has been very handy. Okay. Check what we changed. If we get a 400, go null. If there's no cover, we put our cover image. Fix up those relation managers. We fix this little error here. We change the order by here for the profile, the navigation, that button went away. Like all these little things that we found and cleaned up. Got rid of the random hovering there. Got rid of that test and that test and that test. Added some tests. Added a lot of tests here. Yeah, let's commit this. Let's paste. And let's push. So now, we're kind of done with coding for a little while. But we do need to go to songrank.dev/admin. And we have to write up a email about this. Songrank 2.1 released. Songrank.dev 2.1 release. Yeah. And then in here, I'll write up what has changed. We'll have this. Ah! Why'd that go away? Dang it, what the heck happened there? Why is this bugging out? Okay. I forget how this template starts. Email blast. It says hey first. I'm going to say songrank.dev 2.1 just released with some great new features. Okay. New features can now rank a playlist, rank different artists in one ranking. Explore page UI revamp. Settings page, UI revamp. Small UI fixes. Oh yeah, added newsletter too. Added monthly newsletter. And then I think that's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to say log into SongRank below. And then I'll say thanks, and it says you thanks for using SongRank, and that's it. So yeah, I think that's fine. Just, little release note thing. I'll save changes. But I'm going to go back and edit again. I'm going to say, I guess I could have made a new template rather than updating this old one, but SongRank 2.1, SongRank.dev, 2.1 released, right? With more on the way. I'll say if you have any feature requests, please leave them on the GitHub page. All right, save changes. That's good. Now we have to deploy the code. Let's go to GitHub. So SongRank, playlist. All right. Playlist, rankings. Okay. Oh, can I not make a AI description? Let's review what we've changed. Okay. Not enough drink. We added the new action for getting the tracks for a playlist. We refresh the token. If we don't have anything, we go back, make some stuff. We get the playlist ID. We get the playlist itself. Otherwise, we return null. We get the total amount of tracks in the playlist. Loop through that, divide it by 100, round it up. So if it's like 80 tracks, that goes to 0.8. So that's just going to round up to 1. So it just has to loop once. And then we get all of the tracks for the playlist ID. We collect them up, pluck them out, map over them, push back what we need, and we're good. We updated the store ranking here to defer to either the artist or the playlist with the new logic for making a playlist and all of that. Also, I didn't have to rewrite a command for getting the artist images. I just changed it to run hourly because I already have a command that does that. So I just bumped it from weekly to hourly. So if there is, that way it'll keep the album covers for each artist that might not have them when they get added. And it will always just update or create too. We have the enum added. We have the playlist management here with some other filament admin resource changes, which are very nice for me when I want to check out how the app's doing. This is the Explore page updated. We updated some of the logic that can be seen there. This is the song rank setup changes. Search playlist has been added. We cleaned up these methods. Is Spotify playlist URL. We broke out some of the scopes into a query builder as well. This is our playlist model. Looks pretty good. A couple of relations in one scope. Yeah, we cleaned up the ranking model and slimmed it down quite a bit. and we fix that relationship. Let's see. I have to move this to my package level. I'm gonna have to do that soon. Not tonight, but I'll do that maybe tomorrow or Wednesday or something. Shania and I are going to a concert tomorrow. We keep forgetting. We're seeing Bad Sons. It's gonna be really fun. Here's the query builder I built out. That looks good. Pest updated. We have factories updated. We have the migration. So we made a playlist table. We added the playlist ID to the rankings table and made the artist ID nullable. And then we made the artist's cover nullable. And then we add an artist ID to the songs table to associate that for further when we build out like stats pages in the future and stuff. And then we loop through all the rankings, get them, and then we're updating the artist ID to the current artist ID, which is good. Blade updates a lot of UI changes. A lot of UI changes and updates in this. Test cleanup, more ranking tests, all the setting tests. Cool. Big beefy PR. Added stuff. Classic. Added stuff. And we'll let our test run. So we have 3,884 lines added and 1,163 lines taken away. So let me get a Forge open, which also we're getting the new Forge UI soon, so that's gonna be cool. But we're going to Space Lab Starship to songrank.dev to deployments, and we want to make sure our deployment goes well. So we're just gonna wait for these tests to finish up. We can go to the issues and we can attach a PR, right? I think I can. I don't know. Some checks were not successful. We had something fail. Playwright is not installed. Please run npm install playwright and npx playwright install in the root directory of your project. Okay, so we need to edit our deployment script. We have to edit our deployment script. So let's go to GitHub workflows. And then we have here, run build scripts. And then we have to do name install playwright for pest for tests. And then we say run. And what did it tell me to run? npm install playwright and npx playwright install. Right there. And we need to put a guy there. I think that's good. That should install that. So we're checking out 8.4, making our env, installing our dependencies. We generate our app key. We chmod the dir permissions. We make our SquealLite DB. We npmi, npm run dev and everything. And then we run the tests. Okay, yeah. Then we run test. All right, let's update that script. Update GitHub Actions script. Paste. Do the pull request. And now we wait. So that actually wasn't a problem with the code that it caught. It was a problem with itself. It couldn't run these new tests that require playwright for them. That's what Pest 4 uses behind the scenes for some of the browser capture stuff, which I have no idea how any of that works. But it's very, very cool. But hopefully this won't take too long. We'll be able to deploy this, and then we'll be able to send our email blast out. And then we'll do a ranking of one of my playlists. And it'll be fun. You know what I didn't test? What happens? What? Uh-oh, I didn't think of this. This could be bad or not matter at all. What happens if I try to put in a playlist of podcast episodes? It works. It works. It's the same data. Wait, no. There's no way. Ah, gotcha. Artist name cannot be null. It's really close. It's so close to being perfect for, because there's technically no artist for shit. Let me see what data I'm getting back. Maybe I'm not going to merge this right away. I might want to explore this first and just make sure that it works for podcast episodes. So I need to go to this action, and I need to get this first response. Okay. And when I go here and I paste in this playlist, okay, so yes. Okay. Answer that later. Yes. So we have tracks, items, track, artist, 0. But there is no name. There's a type. There's no name. There's a type. Okay, that's all I needed, right? Because what we can do in the code is get the artist type. Artist type. Data get track artists dot 0 dot type. I'm pretty sure. Because we are already in track items track items track artists 0 type. Artist 0 type. That will be the artist type right there. Or, you know what's easier? Just do that. Now it's just set as the name. If there's no name, check if there's a type at least. Okay. So now all I have to do is get rid of this die dump. And we want to die dump the tracks. Okay. I will do this again. Okay. Artist name. Boom. It's fixed. That's crazy. So an artist is technically a podcast as well now. An artist is just the owner of a piece of media, really. An artist to a song, a podcast host to a podcast, an author to an audiobook. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Okay. Cool. Well, anyways, we can get rid of that die dump. And we should be able to test this, and it should work. So let's give it a try. There we go. Begin ranking. Let's go. Okay. The the embeds are not working. But I don't think you can embed a podcast episode. Can I go to a specific episode? Let me see. Can I share? Okay, copy link to episode. Okay. So if not whatever I have now, it should be this link. So I need to go to resources, views, Livewire, song rank process, iframes. We have the source. Now, I have no way to tell what one is valid. There's no way. Because I'm storing it in the same column. I'll ask AI. I'm going to ask it. So, this failed? Why did this fail? Assert no smoke. Ooh, it timed out? Oh, shit. Oh, boy. But all the other tests passed. This one just happened to time out. Interesting. Okay. We'll come back to that. All right. Let's go back to Claude. So I have this iframe. If this iframe does not load, how can I check a different URL in the same iframe? Let me see. You can use on error. Okay. Server-side validation before rendering. That's going to add so much latency. It would work, though. Oh, it might not even let that. Hmm. How do I handle the embeds? Out of curiosity, does it even work? It sure does. Okay. I think I need to just add a column to the database. I think it's easier. I think that's just easier. Okay. PHP artisan make migration add is podcast to artists table. Artist model can now have a is podcast. Public function casts and is podcast is a boolean, and that goes there, and that goes there. We get rid of that. Table boolean is podcast. Default false after artist image. Okay. That looks good. Alrighty. Now, to track that, it's only ever going to be a podcast from here. So we can say here, instead of artist name, we'll also have is podcast. I guess I should check what a normal playlist comes back with, like the artist data. Like if it also has a type. Let me check that. Let's see. Let's see. Shit. Okay. Tracks, items, track, artists. Damn. I need to go in further. All right, try that again. Okay. Artist. Ugh, come on. All right. Jesus. One more time. Wouldn't let me in. It has a type of artist. So we just say if that equals artist. That's what we do. All right. So is podcasts will be determined if data get track artists I'm putting this in a really weird place, but it also makes sense. Type artist. So now we have is podcast here. I guess we don't need to put it at this level technically, because we could just flip a boolean, which might be better. We can do a is podcast is false, and then instead of putting it here, we'll just get through here through each track, and then we'll say if that equal artist, we'll say is podcast, but it doesn't mean every track is a podcast either, because what if there's mixed? Fuck. That's so stupid. Do I add a slider for podcast and artist? Is that stupid? I don't think it is. Fuck. I think I have to at this point. Thank you, Mr. Tree. Well, no, I'll be able to tell. Never mind. I'll be able to tell. There won't need to be a slider. What is he playing? Okay, we're returning his podcast now to the song rank setup. It goes into selected playlist. If it's a playlist, we need is podcast well, I guess it would go with the track's artist. So no. Because we can't associate it. So I was right the first time. Why? I was right the first time. It's fine. Okay. We push that into there. We get that in the tracks. Right. We get to here. The tracks are in here. Selected playlist tracks is set here. When only tracks, only stuff in this is put into here. Then that is used here in store ranking those tracks. We then would be in playlist, and we would playlist update or create, right? We play the playlist that they entered. We make the name for the ranking. We make the ranking. We make the sorting state. We make the artist ID. Pluck artist ID. Artists. Okay, so it tries to get the artists for each track if we have them already, right? Loop over all of the tracks, map through them with those artists with the ranking, with the new ranking. see if we can get the song. If not, create it. And then this is really gross, but you know what? It's kind of cool in a way. Well, we're inlining this. All right. So we create that, but now we also need to drop in is podcast. And that's going to be the song is podcast. If the song's artist is a podcast, basically. If that makes sense. You kind of have to like think about it for like just an extra second there. But the song's artist, if their artist is a podcast. Right. So that would get saved, which is cool. And then we set that artist ID. Blah, 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 blah. That gets returned into the songs. That gets inserted. Cool. All right, so we're done with this. Did we migrate the database? We did. Let me go to that artist table and make sure. Yep, is podcast, and they're all false currently, which is what we want to see. Actually, wait a second. They are in here. I have to get rid of these. Oh, shit. It needs to update or create. It should update or create based off the artist ID, and it's not. I don't know why it didn't get it here before. Well, I guess because it wasn't in here. It got created in here. Yeah, because it could... Okay, yes. Because that would just cause an n+1. Update or create. So it's kind of weird to think about, but that makes sense. Do that. So we're like, all right, the artist, is it in our existing list? If not, update or create the artist record and return that. That's so this is so goofy. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So that will get set here, which is why this already has like so many records because there are multiple of that. So we need to delete all of those rows to test this. But, and I'm also going to delete that ranking right here. Whoops. All right. Let me get that URL again. Search. Oh, I'm still dumping in the get playlist tracks. All right, I hope this works. Is podcast. Yeah, we don't need to return that there anymore. That is a part of the track's artist. Boom, 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 boom. Begin. Let's go. All right, that's okay. Let's check the DB. It did not set it. Shit. Why? Which means we need to die dump and make sure that that's getting set. Okay. Okay. Let me delete this. And I need to go to the songwriting setup right before here. I want to die and dump this. Okay. Is podcast is set to false here? But why? That shouldn't be set to false. All right, let's back up another level. And let's die dump tracks after the first push. There it is. All right, so this is still set to false. So we need to instead dump out the data track artist 0 and see what it has. Shit. That's weird. That's odd. That's weird. Uh-oh. Okay. What is going on here? This must be my doing, right? Okay, it was just my doing. I was so confused. I thought I was getting rate limited for a second. Shit. It's probably because there's my typo in there. Type is artist. True. What about triple equals? True. Well, what about this? True. Okay. So is podcast should be true here. Okay, it's true. Okay, good. All right. So if I bubble back up here, when I get to here, it should all still be true. Oh wait, no, we want it to be false. Wait. I'm just stupid. Oh my fuck, I'm just high. Oh my god. I'm so dumb, dude. I'm so fucking dumb. All right. This should tell us if it works. And then we can fix the original problem. His podcast? His podcast! Okay. Now we know if it's a podcast or not. And now we can come all the way back to here. Right. And I bet you're wondering, well, what's important here? And I'm going to show you. Because we can swap track with episode based off of the song's artist. So I need to go into the song rank system, and I need to die and dump current song 1 so I can see what's in it. Okay, so we have the ID, the title, the cover, and the Spotify ID. So we also need to know if it is a podcast. I guess, should a track know? Should a song know if it's actually a podcast? I don't really think it matters. Maybe I set a type on it one day, what a song is, or I could just rename the table to list items, records. I don't know. It's fine. I'm just making it accommodate podcast episodes. Nobody's going to use it to rank podcast episodes, but if they wanted to, they could, I guess. And then they're going to want to be able to rank podcasts. It's never going to end. Oh, man. Nah, I'm not going to do all that. Unless somebody's like, I want to be able to rank my podcast. All right, so I have to push into here. ID, title, cover, and Spotify ID. Spotify ID. Really? You're getting mapped somewhere, so tell me where. Initialize sorting. Start new sorting. Sorting state gets made. Songs count, song IDs. Continue sort. Where is it mapping what it has? ID, title, cover, Spotify song ID. Where is it mapping that? It's been so long. Here we go. Here we go. I found it. Okay, so the songs, if we have filled the left and rights, we need to get this. Okay, yeah. If we filled merge left and right, we need to get the songs that are in those left and rights, and then pass the current song 1 into them. The songs for that key, only these things. Which means we need songs here with artist. Song with their artist. So when I pass this in, so I'm on line 180, I'll go back to that. So when I mount, we're passing in a ranking. I guess it doesn't matter truly because, but it's going to still query it every time. I'm not going to worry about it. No. Okay. So now I gotta get back down to here. And I have to see what's in songs at some point. I have to see what the heck is in here. Because I don't see where else that's getting set. So I have the song in here. Does it have its relation? Songs artist. Okay. Songs artist is podcasts. Okay. So in the code, can I do a artist dot is podcast? Can I do that? Or am I gonna have to add it on like a raw scope? Okay, so all right, we checked that. I guess I have to see if it worked. Art artist is podcast is null. Shit. Hmm. I think I can still do it. Um, can I? I'm gonna ask AI to do this because I'm struggling a bit. Can you make this so it loads the missing songs artist relationship with the artist is podcast field appended. See what it does for this. I don't know. I guess it would be easier to put it on the track, but that just seems silly too, because technically the artist of a podcast is also a podcast. I'll say is podcast is a bool on artists. I'll say how can I access it in this context? Wait, am I just being stupid? I just thought of something. Wait, I just thought of something. But I'm going to ask it first. I need is podcast at the same level. Oh, I see. It wants me to do it around the song only bit, which is here. But that doesn't really work. Oh, I see what it's doing, song like this. I'll say, I'll give it this and see what it does. That looks promising. Okay, that looks good. Let's try that again, because it just splats it out now. Is podcast true? Perfect. Okay, there we go. And yeah, if we put it on the song eventually, then we can just have it there, but it's literally fine. So now, here, where we say track, all of this has led to this moment. If current song 1 is podcast, track, otherwise episode. That's what we wanted to add. And where's number 2? And now we do it for current song 2. Okay. Ew. DJ, what were you thinking? And boom, we have the right player. All of that for this, just to fix that one little thing. Perfect. And now we have podcast rank 2, technically. No, we have podcast episode ranks. And I guess we could make it so that this is so stupid. This is just it's nice to add to a list. Oh, on the release notes, the ability to rank podcast episodes. It's there. What does it look like if I wait? No, I gotta see what it looks like if I finish it all the way through. I'm just gonna click through this. Okay. Yeah, has the artist name with the title. This is probably gonna break. Yeah. Okay. So what does... Let me see what the URL is. Copy link to episode. It's episode, yeah, as opposed to track. So in the Spotify logo component... No, not here. In the ranking car song list item, song ranked item. Song artist is podcast episode, otherwise track. Okay. Episode. There you go. I'm not feeling what DJ's been cooking. Okay, wait, Milky Chance? We'll listen to Milky Chance. Yeah, now that one is done. Yeah. Has a top... I mean, like, it kind of works. The top one, 7 songs, right? And now it's like... It says songs, but it's technically tracks. Technically episodes. Do I go that far as to change that? I guess I do. Ranking card. Where do we see song count? Songs. Now this text, all this text has to be conditionalized. How do I get if any songs are any songs? Oh, I see why I did that. Okay, that's smart. But we can't rely. Okay, this is kind of gross. I don't know if I like this. I'm gonna ask the Claude. Can you write a global scope? Can you write a scope for the artist model, for the song model that I guess it should be on the ranking. For the ranking model that checks if any of the song's artists are podcast episodes is podcast. And if so, return true as a column has podcast episode. I'm not using a pivot table. I guess I would want this one. Okay. So song ranking query builder. I'll call this public function has, I'll say with has podcast episode. So my formatting got off here. I messed up the syntax here. Shit. Let me just go and recopy it. That's better. Okay. So now I have this helper and I need to put it on where? I guess I'm gonna need it for the explore page. And on the profile page. Okay. And now on ranking, I need the component. I need to die and dump this ranking to see, does it have it appended? I don't think it's, yeah, what the fuck? That might be because, wait, I don't actually know if I need it here. This might be the one page I don't need it at. Yeah, here I don't need it. I need it on the explore page. Wait, do I need it here? No, because episode is fixed. We have episode handled. We need it for the text on the ranking card. So we need it on profile because this text needs to be different. Songs. So on ranking card, I need to die and dump here the ranking and see if I have it. 13 has podcast episode 0. And you know what else I do? I go to here. Has podcast episode also cast to a Boolean. Okay, I don't know if it's actually gonna do that, but I put it there. Okay, now we have to conditionalize this text. If ranking has podcast episode equals 1, it is episode. Actually, this is songs. This is records. Wow, look at this fucking string. None of it is static. The entire string is just dynamic. Should it be an accessor? Should it be an accessor? Nah, I'm gonna leave it for now. Or should it be like a getter? Alright. I'm still die dumping. Okay. It has this one. This is close to songs, close to podcast. Records. 7 records ranked. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Even the little nitty gritty details are ironed out now. Okay. We check if it's a podcast, if the artist of the track is a podcast episode. And I'm sure like on song maybe track is coming back, but now we can at least dictate the artists are different. And again, the intent isn't to be able to rank podcasts right now. It's just kind of a quirky side thing you can do, I guess. So I'm not gonna worry too much about like trying to distinguish podcast rankings from song rankings or like artist only or playlists of uh, playlists of podcast episodes, or like a mix of playlists, like, or a mix of like podcast episodes and audiobooks and songs. Like, it's not meant to do that. I'm not gonna try to fucking code that in. That's too much effort. Alright, where we update or create this? We load the missing. Those get splat out and merged in there with that. Cast, that got added. Boolean cast. Good. I don't think I did it in the email, in the newsletter email. Wait a second, guys. Oh, wait. I need it here too. I need it for the newsletter, guys. Fuck. I need it for the newsletter. Okay, wait. So look, I just go here for reminders for newsletter, right? And now I just chain on with has podcast episode. See how convenient? And now here I can do this. That's fine. Number 1, and this is gonna get conditionalized. Ranking has podcast episode we say record. Otherwise, we say song. Same deal here. Okay. Anything else, Kyle, before I push this? I'm trying to think of anywhere else that could happen. Okay, the other thing we have to change is that the this still failed on a certain no smoke. It loads all tests with see, like, I've gotta ask Claude this. I don't know what the heck this is about. Let's see what he says. What? No, 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 no. No. The scope is fine. The error is a new question. Wait, does it think there could be something wrong with it, or is it phantoming? This is so interesting. Is this not what I did? Since that should already be my package.json? How do you know it's in my package.json? It's not in there, bucko. I think you're wrong. Okay. Let's try that. Install no dependencies. Install playwright browsers. Run build. We'll try that, I guess. Adds podcast support. It's insane. Just by accident. Just by accident, I realized that. I luckily I had a podcast episode playlist. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have thought to code that in. All right. Let's go back to the PR and see if the tests pass. And I'm gonna get a drink, so I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. It's going. We'll see if it goes. Holy shit. I wonder if I should see what Nuno's test script is, because this seems way extra. Yoshi Boy 18303, what's going on? How's it going? Not too bad. We are getting ready to deploy some new features to my app song rank. Um, what failed here? Holy shit. I think it's just I'm running the tests wrong. This is probably not the correct way to do it. Oh shit. We have some tests failing locally, actually. Hold on, how did I break that? I did not think... Oh, this fucking terminal. Gotta love the tests, right? Hell yeah, man. Don't want to have any of those tests break. And I don't have a lot of tests. Like, the ones I have are important. Oh, shit. What's the matter? Undefined array key is podcast. Oh, it's not in the fucking factory, probably. It's not in the factory, maybe. When it sets it up. Oh no, it's just not in the test case. Wait. Oh, wait a second. This is easy. Easy fixed. Easy fix. It's the second one. Not you, but you. Okay. Set that. Is podcast is false. Let's give that another try. But how's it going, Yoshi? Hope you're having a good night or morning. Hey, glad the test failed there. Okay. I've got to look and find, like... I need to find an example project with a deploy script for pests with architectural testing. And I thought that maybe Nuno would have one because he wrote... Alright, Laravel... Alright, this might... Wait a second. Okay. So yeah, he does have this set up here. Install no dependencies, install, run build with dependencies. Interesting. Maybe I should just take his deploy script. Because maybe mine isn't cutting it. Alright. It's a night, thank you, but I'm doing good. Glad to hear it. Do you also do any Laravel or PHP development? Or are you just browsing the category? Okay, see, I don't care about Rector or PHP Stan. Um, I don't care about any of that. But I am going to go back to my current script. And put this back for the tests. Just browsing the category, although I definitely do want to look into PHP at some point, maybe for a website or two in the future, but at the moment kind of stuck with having ASP as my only option. Gotcha. Yeah, I primarily only do PHP and Laravel stuff, but it's yeah, when you get the chance, definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun. I have never really done any ASP stuff. Did a lot of Java in college, but since then I've done mainly web technologies. DJ is serving up such random songs. Alright, let's try to see if we upgrade script fix? Question mark? We'll see. We'll give it a try. If Laravel supports MongoDB, then maybe I'll see about using Laravel instead of ASP and Blazor. There are third-party drivers for Mongo. I forget what it's called. You can do it, but I don't think there's first-party support. Oh no, maybe there is. Oh, Mongo has a first-party solution, so yes, you can. I personally have never done anything with Mongo and Laravel, but it looks like you can. So I'm not surprised. There is like something for everything in the Laravel world. All right. Did this work? Did I not run it? Did I break the action? I think I gotta get off of this CI thing and look at what it looks like on master and put that back. Um, jobs Laravel test runs on. Yeah, that's only mainly because I'm having to work on a Discord bot in C# with discatchar, and SQL was causing more issues than it solved. LMAO, really? That's interesting. I mean, I do sometimes like throw a JSON column in a SQL column, but or a JSON object in a SQL column, but yeah, I haven't done too much with C#. I've done some things with Discord bots, but not with C# to any regard. I did some like just JavaScript stuff and some like um, Google stuff with Discord bots, but have not really messed around with that anymore. All right, let's try that. See, maybe this one will work. Maybe this one. Um, why is it not running the script at all now? Everything here looks fine. I'll ask AI if there's anything wrong with this. I'm confused. Is there anything wrong with this script. Oh boy. Indentation errors. Is that all it is? Just indentation errors? Again? I'll just keep pushing. I don't care. All right. Okay, it's running, guys. I think the AI fixed it. Ugh. It has been a long day. I kind of just want to, like, deploy this. God, imagine something bricks the whole site. No, nothing. It's going to be fine. But yeah, I kind of want to just deploy it, send out the email, and watch people check it out. We'll see if that happens. We've had some people on the site, but I think it's just been me, though. Quite a bit in the Bass Day. Some people were using it. Even more in the past week. Okay. This is still running. This is still installing Playwright. Frick. This is taking forever. I didn't realize there was this much too. Why did it run build and then run the assets? Oh, it's doing tests. Fuck. What the fuck? What else is broken? I thought we just ran tests locally and it's... I thought it was fine. Yeah, what the fuck? That's so weird. God dang. God damn, how much is there? Alright, it's failing because it doesn't have something. General error 1, no such function if. Really? That is a good question for the AI, because why wouldn't it have if in my squeal? You need case instead, which works across MySQL. Oh, it's SQLite. It's because it's SQLite. Fuck, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's what I want. Case when exists, select one from songs, interjoin artists on it, where songs ranking ID is that ranking, and the artist is podcast is 1, then 1, otherwise 0 ends. Okay. Let's make sure that we're still good here. This guy still say records. Yep, still says songs. That's still being appended okay. We can check the debug bar query. Yep. There's our query. 1.58 milliseconds. Not bad. All right. This time for real. I love how like what we've been solving for the past like 30 minutes, hour hasn't even been like bugs in the code. It's been like bugs trying to deploy the code. But I guess like it does make sense. Like there is no if in SQLite, only case. So we probably should have changed that. But the other stuff was just messing around with the deploy script so we could run the new tests we wrote, which is kind of funny, but it's whatever. We'll see how we do here. Let's do something on the CI server. Yeah, it happened to be for the CI server, I guess it's using like a version of SQLite that doesn't have if enabled, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully that solves it. We'll see. I hope that was it. And this works. I still think the one architectural PHP test is going to fail because I think it was failing before anyway, but we'll see. Here comes Composer. Here we go. It is not giving me what I want to listen to. All right, we're testing. Installed everything else okay. Oh yeah, the one did fail, but everything else is passing now, which is good. Okay, so we still had a timeout fail on this test here, which is okay. These arc tests are good, but let's ask about this one. Oh, they're timing out because it's not for this user. Or I'm not setting the user. It's probably newing up a user in that test. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. I don't know why that passed locally then. I put it in the wrong spot. Okay, I guess that matters when it tries to hit it there. Okay. Another commit. Will it pass this time? How's my usage? All right, we'll let that go. Wow, it's almost 10. Wow. That podcast stuff took up more time than I thought it was gonna. All right, we're almost close to launching this. So close. Once we deploy it and we confirm the deployment is good, we just have to send the email, and then we're done. I guess I should also test send the email. Is this, yeah, this, okay. We can test send the email and see what it looks like. Okay. Test send the email we wrote. Where's Herd? Oh, maybe I have to run my queue. Yep, there they are. Just had to run my queue, guys. Just had to wake up my guy. My shit is bugging out. No. I can't open Herd. Hang on, guys. The fuck, man? Okay, it just reset itself. It does that sometimes. Here we go. Cool. Yeah, it looks good to me. Alright, how are we up here? Did we fail again? Why did we fail this time? That it's still failing. I guess I'm asking Claude again. Otherwise, I'm commenting out the test because it's clearly working fine. And it's just the machine in the cloud trying to run it. I'm stupid. See what that does. Send that off. Alright, we're done with this terminal. We're basically done with this terminal. Done with that. Done with this. Okay. Now we get to kind of just wait on this to pass. And if not, we take it out. Okay. Let's see if they pass. This will be exciting to release this. A lot of people have asked about this feature, so hopefully it gets more people on the site. And then once I build out the paid stuff and the other features, which I'm going to try to keep the same cadence of, but we'll see. That's going to be another very big lift. So I might take a break for a bit. I don't know. I have to figure out how I want to handle the billing still, because that's a whole adventure I have to learn. I have to do that. I don't think it'll be too bad because it's just a lifetime payment that I'm going to do, not subscription handling. Either they paid or they didn't. I mean, yeah, it failed again for whatever the fucking reason. So, yeah, it's just timing out. I'm going to be commenting out that test for now because I don't care that much. Okay. We can close this down. Let's start closing shit down. Flashbang, gotcha. Hopefully we're done with Get Kraken. Herd, I think we're done with. Okay. Any second now, please. Wow, installing Playwright takes a while, man. But I mean, I guess before dusk it still used to be slower. I don't know. Alright, we hit Composer. Should be through the test soon enough. I hope. Our test pass! Hooray! We're green. Alright, everybody. As soon as I click merge here. As soon as I merge, wow, almost 4,000 lines. That's funny. Once I click merge, this is going to kick off the deployment. We're going to install. That all looks good. God, the DJ snooze fest tonight, man. Snooze fest. Okay. Let's go ahead and merge. Here we go. Let's make sure we're good. We have a couple of database migrations we're running, so we gotta be wary of that and be, you know, make sure nothing goes wrong there. We installed, we publish, we were running migrations. All right, this one might take a while. Oh, we're done? That wasn't that bad. We added all the artists to the songs. All right, we cache. We run build. Okay, we're good. We should be good. Okay. Please don't be down. All right, we're up. New Explorer. Kendrick Lamar, Travis Scott. Refresh. Settings. Profile. All right. Let's get a playlist out. Copy playlist link. Search. It's there. put in some garbage. And then maybe I'll paste it back in, but like brick it. Okay. Okay. We're good. Everything looks like it's working fine. I'm going to go to the admin panel. And I think I'm going to send out the email blast. Song 2.1 just released. Whistling in your feature with more on the way. Any feature requests, please leave them on the GitHub page. Can now rank a playlist. Rank different artists in one ranking. Explore page UI revamp. Settings page UI revamp. We can also say explore page UI and filters. Settings page. Monthly newsletter. I mean, also can now technically rank podcast episode playlists too. Episode playlist 2, including playlists with episodes of podcasts and songs, or just podcasts. Yep, and then it'll say log in a song rank and check it out. And it'll say thanks for using it. So that looks good to me. Save the changes. And now I'm going to monitor my Discord. But I'm going to send the email blast. What time is it? 10:08 p.m. Confirm. It's going to dispatch a job. Hopefully it should. I have no idea if it's running. Alright, let me look at the code. So when I go to filament, email templates, pages, I have a custom action, send email job dispatch. So it, unless the queue isn't running, which it could be running. This is why I gotta get Horizon set up in here too. All right, let's look at Nightwatch and see. Jobs. Commands. Is the queue running? Maybe it didn't queue the job. Unless it's trying to, unless it's it's on sync. Okay, hang on. It shouldn't be. Yeah, my queue connection is database. Alright, I guess I'm checking if I have any failed jobs. Somebody just logged in. Coincidence, though, I think. Failed jobs. 9:30. Yeah, that's got to be me today. Timed out. I will ask Claude what the heck is going on with this. I don't know why this would time out. Let's see what it says. Sorry, I'm going to keep you on BRB for now. Let me give the AI some more context over the job. This is saying I should change my email sends. New job for individual emails. Okay. So yeah, but this would send it for every user. This doesn't make sense to me. I'm gonna do something crazy and ask ChatGPT, I think. I'm gonna see what he thinks. Let's see what ChatGPT thinks. Or start your queue worker with this. Use Qubel and email blast notification. So fucking annoying. Just open the damn thing. Okay, so it says to put should queue on there. Make email blast notification, implement should queue, let the Laravel queue each individual notification, keep send email jobs small, just select users, dispatches notifications. Use chunking if you have 1,000 users, I don't. So if absolutely, all right, we're not going to adjust timeout. Okay, no, that's fine. That should implement should queue. That's something I should have fixed. Okay. Let's push it up. I have to reopen Gitkraken and everything. But that's okay. Okay. Okay, I guess I've always should have implemented should queue, or maybe the queuable trait does the same thing. What is the difference between implementing the contract or using the trait? Interesting. Hmm. No. Okay. I'm gonna test those locally, I think, first. All right. Shit. Gotta run node. Somebody just logged in. Maybe it did send some emails before it timed out, you know? Which is kind of annoying, but oh well. Okay. Okay, that looks like it worked. That's one email type. Okay. Cool. All right, I guess I'll push that up too. I don't think I got a email though from my sites, and I would have gotten the email first because I'm user 1. Oh, I did get one, and it looks like it did fail for some people. But okay, the emails did send, but I don't know if they're still sending before the timeouts. I'm not gonna go to send it again. It looks like it did send. So that's cool. Anyways, we're still gonna push up this little fix and get that merged in. Alright, well, we're done with this and this and this and okay, get back on GitHub. How do I close the issue? I don't know how to like end the issue. Oh, close issue. Added on, and I will get the PR. There we go. Added. All right. Let's get that PR merged in. Any minute now. And then we will be all done for today. And I'll probably give SongRank a break for a bit, because over the past couple of days I've worked on it quite a lot. Cool. This looks pretty good. I'm liking the proportions. That's looking nice. It's nice and smooth and pretty. Cool. Pretty sweet. Is this still going? God dang. Oh no, it just finished. All right, we're done there. Deployment is going. Okay. That looks good. I'm going to go to my settings and I'm going to test exporting to see if we get the email. I think I just got it. I did. And there's my guy. Perfect. Okay. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out today. Our new feature is up, and I am excited to see what... I'm excited to see what people do with, what do you call it? Oh, did it send me it twice? It actually sent me it twice. That's not what I did. Weird. Oops. Either way, that's okay. I'm actually going to check my AWS and see how many emails it did manage to send. Oh god, these CAPTCHAs. Nope, got it wrong. Nope, got it wrong. Oh my god, there's so many layers of security to get in here. It's insane. Okay. It took my second MFA. Alright. Alright. Where's SES? Damn, my bill's going up, bro. It's like $45 a month now. But I'm going to try to switch over to Laravel VPS once it drops out. Dashboard. Okay, it is sending them non-stop. Fuck. It is like set. It's sending. How many did it send? 1,116. How many users do I have? 703. Okay. I have to stop that. Okay. I'm going to go and figure that out. Probably just going to stop the queue really quick. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end here. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to everybody for the channel point rewards. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.